Hello everyone, this is Kathleen, and I am wondering if you know what to do with the leftover Easter egg dye rather than just dump it down the sink. Yeah, save it and put it in a pan and dye some papers and pretty fabric scraps and other kinds of things and use in your junk journal. That way you get some extra value from a pretty common Easter dyeing activity. You get to make beautiful, useful papers for your junk journals, and over dyeing fabric and ribbon kind of extends the fun, and you get something really kind of lovely for collage and other kinds of things. So this is what I mean by over dyeing, something that is already colored and then you dye it again. So let me show you just how to do this and just how easy it is. Okay. All right, I'm going to move this forward a little bit. And I also have some things that I have made for my Pansies journal to show you at the end. So let me bring a couple of things that we're going to need. We're going to need my big pan. Move this over for now. We're going to need the big pan. We're going to need a cookie sheet to hold the sheet that is already dry. We're going to need some paper towels because I'm not kidding. In fact, I'm going to tear a couple off because if you get a splash or a drip, you're going to want to mop that up as quickly as you can, because just almost every mom knows, and maybe even some grandmas know, that it's Easter egg dye dyes everything. Seriously, it's a nice dye. So the other thing you're going to need is to protect your hands. So I'm going to put these gloves on. And let's see, the only other thing we need is what to dye. So I have, just for the demonstration, I have just a sheet of paper. This is graph paper and a little handful of fiber to dye today. And now we just need to choose what color. And I think I haven't done the yellow yet. So let's do some yellow, or maybe more purple. Green, no. I haven't done the pink yet either. I've done the red, but let's just see what this pink does. So let's pour that in there. Okay, I'm going to just dip this in. This is just like coffee dyeing. So I'm just going to dip that in. Turn it over. Oh yeah, this is going to be pretty because of the blue lines on this paper. Oh, I'm so glad I decided to do this one. And then you just lift it up after everything's been dipped, and you just lay it on the cookie sheet, right? That's as easy as it is. Now, because this is kind of thin, I'm gonna be really careful to try to smooth that out. All right, now all I need to do is let this dry, and it's going to be a beautiful purple color. Oh, I'm so excited. All right. Oh, sorry for the noise. And then we're just going to do the same thing with these little bits of fibers. And I didn't even stop to decide whether, okay, this is a little piece of silk, and it has also dyed kind of purplish. I'm just going to put that on top of the... This was a piece of sari silk that was off-white to begin with, and it's going to dye a pretty pink. Yeah, it is really pretty. And this is just a piece of yarn, and it is not it's not cotton. So, but I'm really hoping that the dye is going to take. Let's see, that has dyed pretty pink. I'm going to put that on top. Okay, this is almost a pinky purple. I just used the Pause Easter dye tablets that I just got in the dollar store, and I wish I had my children home or my grandchildren, because I love to dye eggs. I don't know about you, but since I'm not going to be dyeing eggs, then at least I can dye some fabric. Okay, gosh, that was easy. All right, let me move this away. So I'm just going to let this dry, and then it'll be ready to use. Okay, let me take these gloves off and show you what I got. By the way, if you have any problems, like if things are wrinkled, more wrinkled than you like with the papers, sometimes the papers get pretty wrinkled, you can iron them. It's easy to do that. All right, now I'm going to show you one more thing before we go on. I'm not going to throw this away even now. It has vinegar in it, and so it will last for a while. So I just like to get these little empty bottles. These I think I got at the dollar store, or maybe Walmart. But I have put the leftover in these little bottles. And let me just show you what else you can do now. So you can just take this spray and put additional, darker color on there and let that dry as well. Okay, I'm going to put this over here where it can dry. Before I do, let's just see what the pink would look like with that as well. Fun. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so that's another additional value that you can get. So here's some of the pretty papers that I've dyed. Okay, and you can just fold them and use them just in your signatures. All right, so let me just show you the other thing that I wanted to do is just dye some scraps out of my scrap bin, and then that way I could use it in collage. Yeah, turned out really nice. And I really like the way these music pages turned out. I'm going to put a couple of those in the Pansies journal. And then let me show you how the fibers turned out. Gosh, really like them. Yeah. Now this kind of interacted, I think, with the pan that it was on. But aren't these pretty? I put in some seam binding. I put in this fabric that is over dyed now. This was just some lace that was white, and now it's not white. Love it. This is kind of more purpley, just the different dye. This was orange, and I like that, the way that's turned out. And I had these next to each other on the pan, and so, the dye kind of traveled a little bit. This was also just polyester lace, and it has dyed really well. Some more sari silk, some other polyester type lace. This was a really pale pink trim, and I dyed it in the red, and that's gone much more pink. Some rickrack, that pretty color now. Here's some more rickrack. I love it. This was a piece of gold trim. Yeah, so I'm excited. Oh, here's another thing that I threw in there. This was just some jute string that I put in there to see how that would turn out, and I really like that. Some more sari silk. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy. Okay, so now how can you use these pretty items in your junk journal? That's the question. Okay, here's my Pansies journal, and you can see I haven't yet sewn the signatures in, but once I do, I'm going to use this. I made, with these 2 scraps, I made a peekaboo pocket that I'm going to use on this page. And I have some napkins coming. I'm waiting for those, some Pansies designer napkins that I'm going to do some napkin decoupage here, I think. I could also use like a little cluster of some kind. That would be pretty. But I am going to use that peekaboo pocket in here. And then I just wanted to use one of the pages in here. So I will cut that down to match, or maybe I will use this one. This one turned out really purpley pink, just perfect for Pansies. And I have recreated another little, you know what I did the other day with the gold leaf, a little raggedy edge here, and I think maybe I'll just put that one in this signature. Yeah, kind of like that. We'll see. And finally, I made this because I wanted to put this on this page. So let me just go ahead and glue that on there right now so you can see how it works. This is one of those kind of diagonal tabs that I love to make, and I'm going to put it just kind of next to this house, and then it's going to wrap around and be here on the other side as well. So put some glue here. And then that will be just a little tab kind of there on that page. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Gosh, I hope that you can figure out how to use some leftover dye in your journals too. If this demonstration was useful to you, would you do me a favor and hit that like button and then come back and visit me again? Thanks so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you have a happy Easter, and I will look forward to seeing you again.